Hi guys, so how's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well wherever you are in this world. And you guys, I just want to come on here today because there's something that's been going around and I just wanted to clarify a few things. So before we get into this video, don't forget like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I upload. So you guys, before we get into this video, how do people even cope with these nails? It is like the only reason I have them on, I actually did have them on yesterday. My daughter actually made me promise to do this with her, and by the time I got to, I think it was 2 hours in, I was ripping them off. So this morning when she got up and saw these nails next to my bedside, she was like, "Mom, I'm so disappointed you didn't hold up to your promise." So I was like, okay, fine. I put it on for a little while longer, but I just could not do any housework. It was so uncomfortable, but I didn't want to hurt her feelings again. So I did say to her that as soon as they start coming off or one breaks off, I'm definitely going to take all of them off. I don't know. I can do it with my own nails, but not with these press-ons. It's like hella uncomfortable. So you guys, I actually want to come on here and clarify this whole Jeffree Star Morphe pellets good sale, whatever it is. Everybody's been coming and saying that it's like it's a new thing that Jeffree Star's X Morphe palette is on sale. If I remember correctly, and I'm actually going to look for my receipts and I'll insert it here, that palette of his has been going on sale periodically for quite a few months now. I even think before the pandemic hit. No, I'm lying. Before we had everybody was shut down, the stay-at-home order. And if I remember correctly, I think it's probably around about February, March. But as I say, I'm just going to find my receipts, and because I did buy, I think I bought like maybe 3 pallets because there was somebody one of my subscribers, I actually sent it to her because I've been doing this for a very long time and I'll stick to what I feel. Jeffree Star's cosmetics is such good quality. It is phenomenal quality. The Morphe one, when it went on sale, I actually took advantage of the fact, and I did pay $18. And as I said, I will look for the receipt and I'll definitely post it there to let you guys know. But the way everybody is carrying on now, it's like, whoa, Jeffree Star is, sliding, or they're trying to get rid of his stuff. But the main idea here is that that's the only palette that's going on sale. Alts has had it on sale so many times, but all this other stuff is still at regular price the last time I checked today. So I just want to put that out there. And another thing I want to say, you guys, is at the end of the day, he hasn't come out for a long time. I tend to give people benefit of the doubt. The reason I say that is because Jeffree Star has this cosmetic company. He's an indie brand, right? So at the end of the day, he's not the sole owner. He has a COO. His name, I think, is Jeff Cohen. So let's not forget when TATI came out with her video, she threatened lawsuits, So I think there's bigger things that are going on behind the scenes. So for him as a businessman, there's a lot of loose ends he's got to tie. I'm not coming to his defense. I'm just trying to be realistic. There's a lot for him to lose. So also, would it be good enough if he comes out and says something or apologizes? Because nowadays, you guys, not everybody is happy about apologies. Let's face it, they're going to scrutinize it, they're going to pick it apart, and they're going to have something negative to say, whether it was a good apology or not. Let's face it, we're all human. And then everybody's coming out and talking about Jeffree applying for a PPP loan, and this is what a lot of businesses did. And also, let's bear in mind, Jeffree did come on when the stay-at-home order came into effect. He did come on and say that he is paying his employees while they're at home. So on the other hand, look, at the end of the day, if Kanye West, and I'll insert it here, he's got a loan between $2 and $5 million. This man is a billionaire. According to Forbes, Kanye West is worth $1.3 billion. So at the end of the day, I don't see, it's like anybody that with the business basically went in and took out a loan. Even the politicians. If you got to go look at that list, it's amazing at all the people. And what's so heart-wrenching is that these small businesses had to suffer. You know, the little mama papa stores, they all went under. And that is so hard to, you know, comprehend. So at the end of the day, it's like, he's a businessman, you know, he went, he applied for a loan, so what? A lot of people did that. So go and call out your politicians, call out Kanye West, that's worth $billions. He went and he got a loan. So I don't know. You guys also want to talk about this whole James Charles situation, okay? Remember when everybody started, remember, I don't know when it was, I think maybe 2 or 3 videos ago, I came and I just made note of how James Charles was going on Instagram and giving away $500 at a time, whoever came. And I thought that was weird. I knew in my gut. And I still said, oh, he's paying for subscribers. What happened? I think it was Sunday, he reached his 20 million. That Sunday, I need to double check, but don't quote me on that. I think it was the last time he gave away the $500. Now, all that is gone. So how is that not buying followers? You know, it just don't make sense to me. James Charles, in my opinion, is addicted to social media. He's addicted to the numbers. That's just my opinion. I'm just saying, I'm not coming after him. All I'm doing is just noticing, letting you know what I'm noticing. Also, you know, when everybody came after Morphe, okay, for dropping Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson. You guys, what you guys got to remember is that this is only here in the United States. I have family in South Africa, I have family in New Zealand, and I have family in Australia. And I've spoken to each one of them, okay? And for the most part, they don't even know about what's going on. They just normal individuals. They don't even know these people, for number one, you know? So take example of Beautylish. They were the ones that said they will continue to sell Jeffree Star's brand because that's what their consumers want, okay? Another thing is that you gotta bear in mind, this is just a portion of what's out there in the world. So like how Jackie Aina went and put up that she's retracting her discount code edges, and then people started following suit. And in my mind, I'm like, nah. So when Gabriel Zamora actually announced that he was getting rid of his, I actually felt bad for him, because I thought to myself, you know what, Gabriel, you should have actually thought twice about doing that, because let's face it, at the end of the day, maybe that is chump change for Jackie, but Gabriel needs that, you know? So that was just my thoughts. And then a few days later, when Jackie came out to reveal her brand, I'm like, damn. So at the end of the day, this is really not going to affect you that much. But how much is it going to affect the pockets of people like Gabriel Zamora that retracted their code, their Morphe code? And how come they're only coming after Morphe? Why aren't they coming after Ulta? Because Ulta also sells James Charles stuff. Ulta also sells Jeffree Star stuff. Why just Morphe? Because at the end of the day, we all know about this infamous voice note. Jeffree Star had talked about it in the podcast with Mom's Basement, okay? Then Blair White came on and said she heard it. She verified it. Second person to verify it was TATI Westbrook. Does Morphy not know about this, these allegations or these voice notes that are being talked about, or were they given an explanation for it, or are they just overlooking it, or what is it? Because it just seems weird, you know, like, why would they overlook it? Is he also probably the cash cow for Morphy? I'm just curious to know, because you guys, in Tati's video, she specifically said she heard this voice.
Jeffree sent me what he claimed was an audio file from an alleged victim and told me to listen to the pain in their voice. The audio was clearly a small portion of a larger conversation. It wasn't enough for me to contact the authorities. It was enough to scare me.
What scared you, Tati? What scared you? That small portion of that larger conversation scared you. What scared you? Are you scared for James Charles? Blair White even said she reached out. So it's like, who is being protected here? Are you more for protecting James Charles? Because that statement alone says a lot. A small portion of a larger conversation, and it wasn't enough for you to contact the authorities, but it scared you. I emphasize, it scared you. What scared you, Tati? Is nobody else worried about what scared her? Is nobody else interested? Does it not bother anybody else? Am I just the one, or am I just reaching? And this is why I feel what I feel, is from what I've seen. The two videos of, the one video where he made one of the Dolan twins as uncomfortable as ever, and then it was another guy from, I think it was the Vlog Squad. So is there an issue here, or is there not an issue here? Because these people are basically setting themselves up for failure. And the reason I say that is because if Morphy feels that, okay, maybe things have been settled behind closed doors or via attorneys and all this will be gone away, he's getting help, or he's going to stop what he's doing, I don't know. It just does not sit very well. You know, it's like you want to take Shane and Jeffree and drown them and feel like James Charles is vindicated. But there's this whole like black cloud. This is serious, you guys. James Charles surrounds himself by all these young straight boys. You know, is maybe down the line, and this is just my opinion, this is just what I'm thinking, you know, is somebody gonna come down the line and say, oh, this is what he did to me, you know? So we'd rather be safe than sorry. Get this out there, let us know if this is true or if this is not true. He needs to say something. Because another thing, you guys, can you just imagine when him and Tati did basically mend their friendship, and she said how they compared text messages and all that garbage. Can you imagine what the two of them were going through, you know, and talking about? Because you got to realize now is that Tati was getting the brunt of everything for putting James Charles in the situation she put him in. And wouldn't it be funny if James Charles, and this is just my thoughts and opinion, don't you think that would be funny when James Charles was talking about maybe doing a line with Morphy? So he basically just said to them, oh, since I was Sugar Bear Head did so well, maybe you guys should come out and put a hair, skin and nail brand or product out there. That would be insane. And then you guys, you know, remember before Tati came out with that video, James Charles was liking tweets about people exposing James Charles and Shane Dawson, and then just before Tati brought out her video, he removed it. They were gone. Those likes were gone. And now I see he's doing it again. But this is what I want to talk about, because this is BS as far as I'm concerned. So this really proves that he's the golden child. This was a tweet that he liked. Not only did YouTube send me a notification for your video, they also sent me another telling me to check my subscription box, and you're the only one who's uploaded in days for me. We love this double promo. You know, I can't even emphasize this more. It's been months. People have been complaining about YouTube unsubscribing their subscribers, and they should come on and actually at the end of their videos, a lot of YouTubers come on and say, please make sure you're subscribed, double check, do whatever you need to do. And I know for a fact I was actually unsubscribed to Dustin Daly and Nady. So I did go back and I subscribed back to them one more time. And then the second time it happens, I'm like, you know what, whatever. So this actually goes to show that YouTube goes above and beyond for James Charles. Above and beyond. This is no coincidence. If Tati said YouTube asked her to take that video down, okay, then when the whole Dramageddon was going down, people or channels started getting, or things changed. You couldn't make a certain number of videos in regard to one person. It became harassment. And that only came up during James Charles's time. I'm just saying. But at the end of the day, all I'm saying is that us as grown individuals can make up our own minds. You know, what you want to do. But at the end of the day, I feel I can see BS from a mile away. As I say, it's just so coincidental. James Charles started doing the $500 giveaway 2 days before he hit 20 million. So in my mind, this is my thoughts, please correct me if I'm just reaching. In my mind, it's like, okay, let me give this $500 on my Instagram. Once you go to my Instagram, you can see my YouTube. You can go and you can subscribe to my YouTube. That's just my thoughts. Okay, this is just my theory now, okay? In Tati's video, she said that she felt that Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star were jealous of James Charles. This is my theory. I think it was the other way around, because James Charles was just up and coming. And why would it be these two that he was jealous of? Shane was the one with millions and millions of followers, right? Subscribers, YouTube. Jeffree was the one with the lavish lifestyle. He had the hot guy, he had the business, he had everything that was lavish, everything that James Charles wanted. But James Charles, in my opinion, didn't want to work as hard to get it. He wanted it there and then. Example, look how disrespectful he was to Marlena Stell. He got so upset when Marlena Stell did that docu-series or documentary with Netflix. He was pissed. So at the end of the day, I think it was the other way around. And I'm going to stand by my opinion that Tati was pissed that James Charles had deceived her. Period, point blank, end of story. She was pissed. She basically was like, so what she did, and it's like so easy to see, you know. She feels now she's lost so much. Everything she came up against, she's going to blame on Shane, she's going to blame on Jeffree. Because she came and she made a dumb decision, in my opinion. But then on the other hand, it's like, this still bothers me, you know. let's face it, you guys, that's all James has is numbers. And I'm talking about social media numbers. Let me just play you this clip.
Getting a tattoo, you are too.
No, that was not part of the deal.
You gotta get sister somewhere.
No.
On your finger?
No,
Oh, your lip. You're getting a lip tattoo. Yeah.
And he has to do it.
No, absolutely not. Oh, kind of down.
Yeah.
That would be a good and fresh 2 million like Instagram picture for sure.
Ooh.
Does that hurt?
There you go. Typical example. Everything is only about numbers. All I'm saying is that I don't want this victim outed. Yes, it's hard. It's like double-edged sword here. You know, it's like somebody's going to get hurt. For me, James Charles has a huge chip on his shoulder. He feels he is invincible. But you know what? Nobody's invincible. Absolutely nobody. I do not hate James Charles. He's just not my cup of tea. And for the most part, he's just for the youngsters. He's for the kids, you know. But at the end of the day, it's like, address this. Just come on and either say this is true or this is not true. It's either this did happen, you're sorry for it happened, or it didn't happen, let's move forward. That's all I'm saying. Because this little thing about making little smart comments and liking little comments, liking the fact that Jeffree Star or Shane Dawson is being dragged like this, that's childish. You're a grown man now. So at the end of the day, you got a lot going for you. Do not think that you're above everybody else. Nobody's above the next person. Absolutely nobody. And all you youngsters out there, please, if you want to become a YouTuber, all well and good, but make sure you get your education first. Do it part-time, but have school full-time. So it's highly important, you guys, that you get your education first, so you'll have something to fall back on. Another thing, all those youngsters that are going to bat for James Charles, do you as an individual have all your ducks in a row? I'm talking about have an emergency savings account, know about your credit score, get yourself a good foundation first. Make sure you are okay first. Because at the end of the day, these people, and I just get this vibe from James Charles, he's fake. He is 100% just for himself. Because at the end of the day, it's out there that he was introduced to YouTube or introduced to the world from a fake standpoint. So I'm not hating on him, it's just that there's too much drag this person down to lift James Charles up. No, we can't be doing that, you guys. We truly cannot be doing that. And at the end of the day, all I am saying is that bothers me. It's like everybody's just bypassing it, you know. It's like, okay, it's there, but it's not there. So my thing is that off the back, TATI, what was that enough to scare her? What was that small portion enough to scare her? So she took it upon herself that it wasn't her place to actually contact this person or contact authorities, because she wants to save them the public humiliation and the legal steps. Let that person make that decision, you know. And I know everybody was pissed, absolutely pissed when the Dolan twins came out. But that voice memo still, it leaves a large question mark. It really does. So let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. I'm not hating on James Charles. I just want to know, and I want other people to be safe. you know. So before I go, I did get a comment in my previous video, and somebody just wanted to know who else do I support on YouTube besides the beauty channels. You guys, I don't literally sit on YouTube 24/7, don't get me wrong. I have a hectic life. With everybody being at home now, I got my 4 kids, I got my husband at home, so it's like go, you know. So when I do have a chance now and again, but these are 2 people, or let me say 3 people, that I definitely invest my time in. Bailey SARIAN, she's got her true crime channel. She is absolutely fantastic. And then another true crime channel that I watch is That Chapter with Mike. He is absolutely phenomenal. There's not a video I miss. If I need to take a break, those are the people that I'm gonna watch. And also, please, you guys, I know this guy, he is such a sweetheart, an absolute sweetheart. I've mentioned before, his name is SKELOTIM. I'll actually link all the channels down below. I'm sure everybody knows Bailey, because Bailey has really gone up there, you know. She's really been recognized now. But I also think That Chapter, Mike from That Chapter, he also needs to be recognized because he is quite hilarious. And as I said, SKELOTIM does a lot of reviews. He hasn't done that many. He's been giving all these little cheese mates, as he calls them, the videos. But you guys, he is so authentic, he's so real, he's absolutely just a sweetheart. Please, if you guys just go and give him some love, he absolutely deserves it. People like that really need to be recognized, because all these people that are way up there really feel like they are invincible, which at the end of the day, to each their own. I'm my own person. So you guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and don't forget, just be kind to one another. And I hope YouTube is as fair to all its others. Gosh, I'm just realizing now this other one is gone. I just wish that YouTube would recognize everybody else the way they recognize James Charles, because oh, and another thing with TATI, she put, I wonder if we will ever get confirmation to see if she did, because she pinned a comment in her video that says, a week ago, thank you to everyone that are watching, and thank you for your patience with the ads. I increased the number of them so we can raise even more money for the foundation. I mentioned at the end of this video, all of the AdSense proceeds from this video are being donated to the Spirit Awakening Foundation to help at-risk youth to reclaim their futures. The link for this amazing organization is above in my description, XOs. So I wonder if we'll get receipt of if she did donate the AdSense. I'm not being messy, I'm just saying. But you guys, I've never been so disappointed in a person before like I was with Tati. That's why I said to you guys, I watched her video probably 6 times, to be exact, 6 times. I was so disappointed, because like I said before, can't people just come on and say, I'm sorry, I fucked up, please forgive me, end of story? Why throw somebody else? They'll deal with their demons themselves. Their time will come. You just regain your credibility, you know? Don't throw other people under the bus. But that's what I'm saying, you guys. I'm sure Jeffree Star and Shane are definitely facing some legal issues in regard to Tati, because as she said, she lost a lot during this time. Another thing is that she didn't even mention not one thing about Black Lives Matter. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Or maybe the apology to Jackie Aina was it, but I'm sorry, you know, at the end of the day, I totally appreciate upstanding people. I appreciate people that are 100% fair. They'll take criticism where it's given and use it and improve themselves, you know. But when you come and you give all your sob stories and throw other people under the bus and take no accountability for your part, because that video of hers was 100% BS. From the time she says she's sorry for the video, but she stands by everything she said, red flag number 1. But you guys, that's it from me. I apologize for another long video. Once again, please be safe out there, you guys. I know Alabama actually made it mandatory that everybody wears a mask now. Thank God. What were they waiting so long for? For what? But you guys, please take all the precautions. Be safe out there, and don't forget, please be kind to one another. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye now.